Dear learners, today we here on MOOCs and we will talking about the personal administration. I am Professor Muhammad Nafis Ahmed Ansari from Department of Political Science of Aligarh Muslim University. In the last lecture, we have tried to understand what's the meaning of personal administration. Now today we will try to trace out what are the characteristics which is associated with the personal administration. As far as the characteristic is concerned, the characteristics of personal administration or personal management that we have is to use the word of personal administration in the form of human resource management and personal management also that plays a vital role in every organization that that is administrative functions is concerned. So when we talk about the functioning of the human resources or the personal resources or the personal administration, actually we are connecting it with the humans with the organizations. So we have seen in the last lecture that whenever we want to say the success of organization, that success of organization is really related with the human beings. It is too important for organizations to overlook it. They have to go through the every step that is associated with the personnels. Consequently, it has become a fundamental responsibility of the management, whether in a semi-government or on non-government organizations. They must have to take care of these human beings or personnels who are associated with the organizations. The way the socio-economic environment is changing and has an effect about on the administration. So in that circumstances, this changes has to be also be brought in the activities of the human beings. The management environment is constantly changing because of a general change in the socio-economic environments. This socio-economic environment has an impact on organization. When it has an impact on organization, obviously it is necessary that the organization administration has to take care that change on the human beings also. Human resources management or the personal management plays a critical role, a very crucial role in the business also. So when we say that the private organization or semi government organization like public corporations where they are dealing with the business, in that circumstances these peoples who are the part of that organization, their management has to be taken care of in relation with the business. It involves overseeing individuals throughout their management area to see that the ragging from the higher education, there is a need of an impact on the human beings when they are being involved in any governmental organizations. These individuals, their careers, their stages of working in the organization till the retirement becomes the part of the administration, whether it is a semi or the government organization. The main objective of human resource management are to ensure legal compliance, encouraging employees and engagement, and match workforce objective with business development and environment. That is very crucial that we find in every organization, that a parallel changes has to be brought in the human beings. Simultaneously, when there is a change in socio-economic culture, when the environment is changing, that parallel changes has to be taken care of in organization also. Tasks including hiring, training, performance, or including the administration and maintaining employees records is also very essential in this personal administration. Technology has contributed a lot, a significant in this streamlining organizational procedure. Through the use of effective personal administration methods, business may be cultivate a positive work atmosphere, draw and keep talent and increase their achievement. So in that circumstances, these personals who are been selected that we have seen in the previous lecture on the basis of proper recruitment system, these peoples are most talented personals available in the market. Now if you have hired these people has to be taken care of very prompt manner, so that they must be encouraged and they must be kept intact in the administration. If they are not being taken care of, the opportunity when they will get any other organization will try to shift from one organization to the other. So in that way it is very essential. Technology has contributed significantly, that we agree, but technology alone cannot contribute in the organizational upliftment. The human being also plays a very important role. So the human being has to be taken care in every step for the purpose of achieving organizational goal. Through the use of effective personal administration methods, these things are to be taken care of. Academically, when we say the personal administration is defined as an area of management that deals with organizing, leading, and managing the several operational tasks involved in acquiring, assembling, retaining, and using workers so that the goals of which the administration wants are being achieved. The reason public personal administration is distinctly from other public administration discipline and is attention to the individuals. It is not the personal administration is a part of public administration, but other part which is there in the public administration is having not similarity with this personal administration. So the personal administration has to be taken care of very promptly in the manner of organizational setup. The management of personal embodies democratic values in the community. Changes in the concept of human relations have shaped approaches to the personal administration. Encourage employees' involvement in management. That is moral boosting of the employees. When you boost the moral of the employees in different means, whether it is the form of training or in the form of enhancing the salaries and other allowances, that will actually boost them to contribute more and give maximum to the organization. Increase the scope of government services. They must find that there is a lot of things that is possible to be done by them, these human beings, in the organization. That is also very essential in the system of the characteristics of the personal management of personal administration. Recruiting, choosing, developing, using personals is known as personal management. Organizational adoption to the human resources in term of personal management and the efficient use of companies human resources, that is being said by Terry. The acquisition and upkeep of the personnel is the focus of the personal management of an happy and content team. When it is, then only organization can work. Terry has emphasized that staff, in addition to making sure there are enough employees management concerns with the satisfying their demands. In his opinion, Terry's opinion, meeting with the requirement and the labor supply are essential components of the people management. So what we find that there is the need of having a constant in evaluations and opinions that is been developed, and there is need of more and more labors to be provided in the system of an organization. Norcott, one of the writer, has also academically tried to explain these characteristics. They said the administration of personnel is a continuation of the general management. Continuation of general management. When we say administration, encouraging people workers to contribute. How this continuation? Encouraging each worker to contribute as much as possible to the goal of the company. According to Norcott, managing people is a managerial responsibility that is assigned. Encouraging people to contribute their utmost potential is ordered to achieve company's objectives. The component that follows will illustrate the characteristics of the people management. So what it is means that it means that the organizations having a managerial and the managerial responsibility is very significant, and this managerial responsibility contribute to the human resources for the purpose of achieving the target. So there it is the first, it is been said that managing people, you know, this managing people means that managing workers in the workplace is the main goal of the personal management. It oversees all personnel inside the company, irrespective of their levels and organizations or this area, that pertinent to everyone, including executive, managers, and secretary staff. So here it is very clear that whosoever be the part of the organizations, they have the something to be taken care of in the system of management, whether he is the highest officer in the organization or he is an lower officer and subordinate officer, whosoever, that are to be managed in the system of organization. Then it is been said that the personal management serves both individual and groups. So it is concerns about the workers and also concerns with the groups who are working in the organizations. So this personal management is not only related to the individuals. That shows these individuals' capabilities are affecting the groups. So the group's interactions with the individuals is also very essential in this system. Encouragement intended to help the people to achieve the best result. There is a need of a cooperations of individuals with that of the groups. All employees, what we say, they need support, employee support. By providing appropriate opportunity, staff members may be fully enhance their skills. This will raise the level of job satisfaction and perhaps enhance their work related performance. So employee support is also one of the characteristics of the present administration, which is very important. When you are giving an opportunity to staff to work, there must be as an support by the or administration in their skills enhancement. And this skill enhancement not only boosts the morale of the employees, but it will ultimately lead to the performance of the organizations. Further, it is said and characteristics that all kinds of organization can use personal management, which has universal applicability. Universal applicability. The benefits to non-profit government and semi-government entities are equal to the business that they are commercial and industrial. So here what we find in this characteristic is that these personals use utility are equal in every form of the government, whether it is a non-profit government or it is a business like government. There the utility of these personals are very important. They must have the entity in the system of a business or commercial or industrial sector. As a part of general management, it has a root that transcend the penetrate in the company's functioning. So here these employees administration are very important for the management right from the beginning till the company achieve the target. That is an essential characteristics that we find in the personal administration. Further, constant applications is required. Human resources management is appropriate in every circumstances. It is inflexible enough to be used frequently. George Terry has said that cannot be activated and deactivated like water from a tap. It is not the human being just like a machine that when you want a water tap is open and you start getting the water, and when you don't want you close the tap and the water is not coming. It is not the same as the human being. It cannot be done and on one and every day on one and every day work will be similar to the last day, or one day work and or week work is equal. One day a week is required for personal management. That is an important thing, but every week's result can be same. It is not possible when we talk about the human resources or human administration. Constant attention to the detail and understanding of the human relationship and how important they are to day activities very essential to understand. That is the focus that is given by the George Terry in the characteristics of personal administration. An organization's work environment is affected by political atmosphere. This political interfere is also an important organizational setup. There are clear trends in personal administration that political atmosphere affects the personal administration. These trends could lead to a shift in the composition of individuals joining the government services and organization, shift in the values of the staff, highlighting public expectations and government demands of its workers from different governmental levels. That is the specific area which has an impact of the political environment in the system of organization. Modification to the social and economic political environment has an effect on management. In practice, it needs to adapt the change, increase the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, other managerial communities in term of income in their entering the government. So the government's political interference also leads to the sections of the society which needs enhancement in the form of financial upliftment. That is what this personal administration is working for. There are more people with higher education, more technical skills individuals, more women joining the federal workers. Has underdeveloped and welfare initiatives been taken for them? Staff members are anticipated to possess greater knowledge. People who are involved in the organizations, they are coming from this section of the society. Their development and welfare has to be taken care of by this organization when we talk about the personal administration is concerned. People frequently anticipate that the government will operate in an effective and efficient and a very compassionate manner. This is what the feeling of the people. Participation in administrative process is growing more and more popular nowadays. Due to the ongoing demands placed in administrative, the role of staff administration is changing. Employees must do staff and line jobs. Functions are tasks that are directly related to the main objective of the organization. The staff functions are supplement supporting line workers in the performance of their jobs. Actions to be improve the performance of the line agencies. The staff responsibility includes assistance in processing and providing the required amount of the people. Along with that, staff development and the personnels and line personnels are vital in functioning of any formal organization. It's not necessary for a personal administration to happen in a formal organization. These happen in only formal organization. Organizations are made up of more than just formal rules and regulations that allows them to functions. People who are arranged to work of an authority and responsibility in order to carry out the task and initiative that helps a company reach the objectives. So here in these characteristics that we find that people management in the work and by the authority and the common staffs is there, and there is a relationship with the staffs and the functioning which is very essential in the achieving the goal. The official structure is augmented, reinforced, obstructed. Occasionally, what we find it taken with the official framework, and it is managed by informal organizations. Structure and natural requiring phenomena found on the social and cultural exchanges between members of official organization. Political, economic, and, psychological factors also contribute to the unofficial organization's growth. It is not only the political interference, but economic and psychological impact and environment is also very important as far as the growth is concerned. We have seen that how political interference and environment in organization is contributing, where it is forcing the various sections of the society to be the part of the organization. Now here it is what we find that not only that political, but even the economic and the psychological factors are also very important for the growth of organization. The daily responsibility involves the people management are becoming increasingly complex nowadays when there is change of the system, when the change of the technology, enhancement of the use of the technology that has made the system more complex. Each company faces different administrative issues. There is competitiveness among the organizations, whether it is a government or non-government organizations. Larger companies have more work to do, employ more individuals and full number of the functions. In such cases, personal administration business grow more interacted within themselves. Human resource management must fulfill vital organization for purpose of morale and motivation, because it interacts with the people on constant basis. Meet the administration part in emphasis the human elements within an organization. It speaks that when a primary responsibility is given, that primary responsibility also should be considered as a part of management. It deals with humans of work, which is manager irrespective of rank and status. No engagement in individuals get the most of this and obtain this essence for the finishing the task. So what the organization only the responsibility with the executive, but even the simple staff which is there, they are contributing. So their responsibility has to be fixed, their work has to be taken care of, and that will only lead to the proper development of organization. Constantly he needs management. These common people needs and a management. The organization's personal agency cannot fully tasked with this responsibility, which only handle operational duties including hiring and training growth. It is not that. When we say that the personal administration, it is not the duty only of the hiring and training them, but constantly everyday functioning where they start, that has to be monitored, that has to be taken care of. The job of personal administration is a broad and essential to all. It is essential to the managerial task that takes place in all sectors and all level of the organization of the management, encompassing financial, productions and other management. Ongoing task of the managers requires to be a complete taken care of the administrative activities. Personal management requires constant attention to detail and understand the proper numbers and proper times that is required in the achieving the target of organizations. So what we find that it provides and rewards workers with equal perks, income, recognition for their contribution to the companies and success objective. So every personnel who are working organization, they must be rewarded. The reward can be in the form of a perks, in the form of an incomes, in the form of an recognitions. When it is been there, that is a administrative functioning of the personal administration for achieving the target in the most proper manner. It fosters positive and amicable interactions with the between the management and the workers by taking care of the complaints, disciplinary measures, trade unions in demands, and the collective negotiations with the trade unions. So here, not only the workers who are working and their management has to be taken care of, here more with that of their indiscipline which is there in the organization, that also has to be taken care of. The discipline is a very important. So the complaints when we come for the any by the any workers, that has to be seriously taken care of. The demands of the union and associations which is of the workers, they must be recognized. Human resource management is known as a public personal administration. It is not a place on vital only for the human, but their activities also. Their activities counts great in the purpose of the achieving the target. To take care of the activity is more important than only the recruitment and training. The guarantee responsible personal management, effective personal management is necessary. And the goal of the personal management in India is to use human resources as efficiently as possible to achieve the enterprise objective. So, in that circumstances, we come to the point that the creation of implementation of the regulation pertaining to the personal administration, which is been created by the government from time to time, has to be implemented in toto, because the legislatures are the things which is been prepared with debate and discussions with the unions and trade unions and the workers and administrations, and that has created an environment for the security and safety of the human beings in the administrations, that gives a satisfaction faction to the workers. Human resource management is referred to the public personal administration supervision also. The supervision not only by the officers who run the organization, but supervision by the government. How the government is making the supervision, that is framing the legislatures, and these legislatures are framed in consultations with the unions of these employees. It is a crucial component of a public administration, because in creating a discipline in the management in resources, there is necessary that there must be a legislature. So what we find that the development of sufficient organizational structure requires administrative framework, positive working connections with the employees, with the legislature, and framing all these activities in the proper manner. So we in these characteristics, what we have understood is that when we are talking about the characteristics of the personal administration, we are talking about the activities of the personals which is been there in the organization, and these activities will be supervised by the higher officers, and the legislatures been created for the creating a system in the organization which creates an environment and moral boosting to the employees. And when there is a proper moral boosting and economic support, and there is an upliftment in their functioning and environment in the administration, that will lead to achieve the goal. Thank you very much.